The sun was setting over a small, quiet village surrounded by thick forests and rolling hills. In that village lived a 12-year-old boy named Sam. He wasn't the strongest child, nor the tallest, but everyone knew he was curious and brave. He often asked questions that even the elders found difficult to answer. "Why does the river sing at night?" he would ask. "Why do the trees whisper when the wind blows?" The elders would chuckle and say, "Sam, one day your curiosity will lead you into great trouble or bring us a great blessing." The river begins to disappear. One year during the dry season, something strange happened. The river that gave life to the village began to shrink. At first, the people thought it was just the usual dryness of the season. But day by day, the water grew less and less until only muddy puddles remained. The women went to fetch water and came back with empty pots. The children cried of thirst. The animals grew thin, and the farmers looked at their dry gardens with despair. Without water, there could be no food. Without food, there could be no life. Fear spread through the village like fire. The elders meeting. One evening, the elders gathered under the giant mango tree at the village center. The entire community came to listen. Old men leaned on their walking sticks. Mothers held their children close. The eldest of them all, Mziluka, spoke first. "This river has never failed us. Something is blocking it. We must find out what." But everyone hesitated. The forest was dangerous. For many years, stories had been told of a giant serpent that lived deep inside it. The serpent was said to guard treasures, but also to curse anyone who disturbed it. No man wanted to risk his life. The people lowered their heads in silence. At that moment, young Sam stood up from the crowd. His voice was clear and steady. "If no one will go, I will." The people gasped. "You, a mere boy?" One of the men laughed. "You will only get yourself killed," another shouted. But Sam's mother placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. Her eyes shone with tears. "Go, my son," she whispered. "If your heart tells you to, then go. May the spirits protect you." The journey into the forest. The next morning, Sam set out. He carried only a small spear and his father's old drum. His father had once been a drummer in the village, and Sam had learned to beat it with strong, steady hands. The forest was dark and full of strange noises. Birds shrieked, monkeys howled, and the wind whispered through the trees. As he went deeper, Sam felt fear rise inside him, but he kept walking. He thought of his thirsty village. He thought of the children crying, and each time fear grew, he told himself, "If I do not face this danger, who will?" The serpent at the river. After hours of walking, Sam finally reached the place where the river should have been flowing. What he saw froze him in his tracks. A huge boulder blocked the water's path. Wrapped tightly around it was the giant serpent of the forest. Its scales glistened black and green. Its eyes glowed like fire. The great creature hissed, and the ground shook beneath Sam's feet. Sam's hands trembled. His spear felt too small, too weak. How could he fight such a monster? But then he remembered the old stories his grandmother used to tell him. The serpent fears the sound of drums. Beat it loudly, and it will lose its strength. The Battle of Courage. With trembling hands, Sam set down his spear and lifted his father's drum. Slowly he began to beat it. Boom, boom, boom. The serpent hissed and reared its head. Its eyes burned brighter, but the sound seemed to disturb it. Sam beat harder. Boom, boom, boom. The serpent writhed in pain, twisting and thrashing. Its coils loosened around the boulder. The trees shook. Birds flew screaming into the sky. Still Sam did not stop. Sweat ran down his face, but he beat the drum with all his strength. At last, with a furious hiss, the serpent released the rock and slithered back into the forest, disappearing into the shadows. The river returns. Sam dropped the drum and ran to the boulder. Using all his strength, he pushed. At first, it did not move. His muscles ached, his body shook, but he thought of his people and he pushed harder. With a loud rumble, the boulder rolled aside. The river burst forth, rushing fast and free, splashing over Sam's legs. The water glittered in the sunlight, flowing once again toward the thirsty village. The village celebrates. When Sam returned, wet, tired, but smiling, the whole village gathered to meet him. At first, they could hardly believe their eyes when they saw the river flowing again. Children ran to the water, splashing and laughing. Women filled their pots with joy. Farmers lifted their hoes and shouted thanks to the heavens. Then they turned to Sam. They lifted him high on their shoulders, cheering, "Sam! Sam, the son of courage!" The elders bow.